Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. The story ain't over. It's Jananie, and today I wanted to film a little bit of a reading vlog. So I meant to film this yesterday, but it just didn't work out for me to film it. But I started reading The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller last night, and y'all, this is fantastic. So the main reason why I wanted to pick this up is because it's been hyped a lot on BookTube, on Instagram, but also a lot on TikTok. And recently I've been watching a lot more TikTok and making more TikToks. Go follow me at the link down below. It's the same handle as my Instagram at thisstoryaintover. But yeah, I've seen so many TikToks with Song of Achilles, and I just had to know, what the hype was all about. I have been wanting to read Madeline Miller's books for ages now. I absolutely love Greek mythology. I did classics all through high school and did Latin all through high school as well. So I know a lot of like Roman mythology stuff and like just history and all of that. And I was always interested in picking up these books like The Song of Achilles, but also Circe by Madeline Miller. But I think I was more interested in Circe actually. But yeah, this was getting talked about a lot on TikTok. So I was like, you know what, maybe I should pick this up. So TikTok definitely made me read this, and I started it last night and I'm having such a great time with it. Basically, if you guys don't know, The Song of Achilles follows the story of the Trojan War as told in the Iliad, which follows mainly Achilles. And this book sort of takes an alternate version on the story and takes it from the perspective of Patroclus, which I didn't actually know was the perspective that this was written in. This entire time when people were talking about this, I thought it was from the perspective of Achilles, but it's actually from the perspective of his best friend, Patroclus, who is sort of like this unknown hero and prince who is exiled at a young age and who ends up growing up with Achilles and becoming very close with them. And in the epic and in the myth, they are known as just really close friends, but this book sort of takes it a little bit further and imagines them as lovers, and it is honestly so great so far. So right now where I am like literally halfway through. I think I'm on chapter 18, like at the beginning of it, and it's going fantastic. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I've tabbed so many pages in the book so far because there are just so many great lines and just really great parts to the book that I am loving. And yeah, this book is just so well written as well. Like I knew it was well written, which is why so many people love it, but I hadn't known how much I would love the writing style going into it. And so yeah, I'm just having a fantastic time with this, and I have about a half of the book left, which is sort of when I like to start reading vlogs sometimes because I feel like most of the emotions come out in the last half. So I'm hoping to read more of this either today or later this week, and hoping I can film the emotions that I feel. But mainly right now, it is fantastic. I love their dynamic, but I also just love the like tension between them and how it sort of builds throughout the beginning of the book, even though they're so young at the beginning of the book and they're only like 16 by the part where the war starts, which is sort of where I am right now. And I know so many of you have said that, there's going to be tears and just screaming and sadness by the end of this, which I already sort of knew because I know the story of the Trojan War and I know what happens. I've read the entire epic, so I know exactly what happens to these characters by the end. But I am so curious to see it just like dramatized and, from Patroclus's perspective and just how the emotions are gonna come to life. So yeah, I know I'm probably gonna cry for the end of this, but I'm excited for the pain. But yes, I just wanted to start this vlog off and let you know how I was feeling about it. I'm gonna read a little bit more, maybe update you later today, and then hopefully I'll finish it this weekend and be able to tell you more and give you my final thoughts on The Song of Achilles. I know a lot of you love this book, so I'm curious to hear what you guys have thought of it as well, so let me know down below what you thought of it, if you loved it, if you didn't, if you knew the mythology going into it, or if you didn't and were really surprised by the ending. I would love to know, because I think it would be really interesting to not know how their story ends in the mythology and then read this and then be torn apart. So yeah, I'm curious. But that's what I have right now, so I'll see you later. Hello my friends, it's many days later, it's a few days later, it's Monday, it's Labor Day, and I'm feeling a lot of emotions while reading this book. I have about 30, I want to say, pages left. No, not even. Oh my god, like 25 pages left, and I'm feeling all the feelings. I just went on a walk because I couldn't handle all the feelings, and we're coming back to this to read the last 20 pages, and oh my god, like this is even better than I expected. Like, this was so hyped on Book Talk, on Bookstagram, on BookTube, and for years I just had not picked it up until, you know, all of you were talking about it and were saying it was fantastic. And to be honest, this one didn't interest me as much as Cersei did, but after picking this up, I just love the way it's written, and I love the perspective that the author chose to write from. Like, I love that she chose Patroclus's, you know, perspective, because it seems like one that you couldn't really take based off of the myth and based off of the Iliad, because we know how his story ends. But I love that he is sort of the observer to the greatness of Achilles and is watching all this happen and wanting to stop it but unable to do so, and it is just so interesting. And I absolutely love this book. Like, it is definitely one of my new all-time favorites. I just love the Greek mythology, but I just love the way it is written, and like the tenderness with which it is written as well. Like, all of the characters just come to life in such a vivid way, and I have never read a book that is quite like this, and now I just really want more of it. So yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna have like a serious book hangover after this one, but yeah, I'm hoping it's gonna be okay. So I'm gonna read about the last 20 pages and probably cry myself to sleep, but yeah, that's how I'm feeling with the Song of Achilles. Okay, so I literally have 27 minutes and 16 seconds left on this audiobook. I'm listening to it on double speed. I bought it through Audible because I just like needed to have it. And the audiobook is fantastic, by the way. You should all use it to read the book because, yeah, I just love the narrator, and I feel like he conveys the emotion of what's going on very well, but also very matter-of-factly, kind of the way that I imagine Patroclus would say everything. So yeah, I just love it. Oh my god. Okay, friends, I just finished the Song of Achilles and I'm so sad right now. Oh my god, I honestly just did not expect, like, just how it was gonna end. Like, I mean, I know the entire mythology and like how, you know, things end, but I didn't expect sort of the extra bits afterwards, especially with like the tombs and, you know, the naming. And I completely forgot all the parts with these. I'm just gonna spoil things here, so if you haven't read this or you don't know the mythology, leave now. But I completely forgot all the parts with Achilles' son, Ptolemus or Pyrrhus, and oh my god, he is such a little shit. And yeah, I remember him like coming up in the mythology, but I had never really like conceptualized him as like having a personality, and so he's very clearly painted as like sort of evil in this, and that was just so crazy to read about. And oh my god, like the way that he wouldn't, you know, put Patroclus's name on the tomb was just, oh my god. But they get to be together in the end in the underworld after Thetis like actually, or Thetis finally puts Patroclus's name on the tomb and sort of gives him that final mercy after hearing his story about Achilles. And that was just so beautiful, I think. Oh my god, that was so fucking good. Like, I'm just feeling all of the emotions. Like, do you see the little tabs that I put on this copy of the book? Like, I had so many little moments just reading where I was like, this is so beautiful, or like, oh my god, like this happening, like I want to remember this. And it was just so amazing. Like, just despite knowing how it was going to end and knowing the mythology and the story, just seeing it dramatized and like seeing the way it was written and the love that was sort of like imbued into the story, and the way that Patroclus just so, you know, deeply loved Achilles and admired him and, you know, wanted the best for him. That was just so beautiful. And I think also I really love the relationship between Patroclus and Briseis. because that's not really something that you see in the mythology, and getting to see that was just amazing. And like, I love the relationship that they had. Oh my god, it was so good. I'm literally gonna be like thinking about this for like the rest of eternity. And I don't know how I'm gonna handle this book hangover now, because just what, nothing can compare. Yeah. You were all right. It was fantastic. Like, literally a new all-time fave. Definitely a fave for the year. It's going on my top 10 books of 2021 video for the end of the year, because yeah, it was fucking fantastic. And now I just like wish I could relive reading this again, and also just like listening to the audiobook was just fantastic. And now I'm really curious to see if I'm going to like Circe as much. I feel like I probably won't like it as much because it doesn't feature like a strong love story, and I think that was part of the reason why this was so beautiful, the way that Patroclus really loved Achilles, and just the way that he sort of saw him in a certain light, and how the story wasn't really about Patroclus, but you know, his life with Achilles. And it's just so beautiful, because you think the story is mostly about Achilles, but really, like, while reading this, you are getting like the extra bits from Patroclus and realizing how so many of the things that he did and the decisions that he made are what directly influenced Achilles' story. And so he was like sort of the man behind the curtain. Oftentimes, like, we get those stories of like the woman behind the man, and like, you know, how she influenced his life. And so similarly, Patroclus is in that position, and how he, you know, influenced so many aspects of Achilles' life. And it was just so beautiful, and I just can't now. I'm just really emotional right now, and I want, you know, the best for them and these characters. Okay, but yes, that's basically all my thoughts on the Song of Achilles. I feel like this is a really disjointed and random vlog. I had intended for this to be like a one-day vlog, but I didn't have the chance to film on a single day, and I ended up just getting captivated by the story and wanting to just read regardless without, you know, updating you guys constantly. So yeah. Regardless, I loved it. It was fantastic. Like, definitely a new favorite. Thank you all so much for recommending this and telling me to read it. Just so fucking good. If you guys haven't picked this up, and if you were sticking around even during the spoilery section, regardless, go pick it up if you haven't yet. It was fantastic. Such an amazing book. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. So please remember that this story ain't over. Bye!